Alright, finance students, let me tell you about a tool that's basically a financial crystal ball Monte Carlo simulation. Now don't let the fancy name scare you. The big idea is this. Instead of guessing what happened to an investment, Monte Carlo lets me simulate thousands of possible futures and see what those outcomes look like. Here's how it works, step by step. First, I pick my risk factors. Think of things like the stock price or interest rates, anything that can swing the value of the security I'm studying. Next, I set up the probability distributions. This just means I decide how those risk factors might behave. Is the stock price usually centered around a certain value? How wild are the swings? I put in things like the average, the standard deviation, maybe even a bit of skew if things get weird. Then here's where computers come in. I run a ton of what-if scenarios, like thousands or even tens of thousands. For each one, the computer randomly picks a stock price and interest rate, following the patterns I set up. After that, I crunch the numbers. For each scenario, I apply a pricing model, typically the Black-Scholes formula for European options, or a binomial tree approach when early exercise or discrete events are involved. Finally, I look at all those results. The average of all those values gives me a pretty good estimate of what the option might be worth, and by checking out how much those values jump around, I get a sense of the risk involved. Let's do a quick example. Say I want to value a European-style stock option. I tell the computer, hey, let's say the stock's expected to grow 5% a year, but it bounces around with a 10% standard deviation. Then I simulate 10,000 futures, 10,000 possible paths the stock and interest rates could take. For each one, I run my option formula, grab the result, and after all that, I average the numbers out. Boom, that's my estimated value. So what can Monte Carlo do for me? It's perfect for when formulas are too tough, like valuing exotic options, estimating profits and losses for complex trades, calculating value at risk, or even modeling pension funds. Plus, it helps me test scenarios that haven't happened yet, like an imaginary market crash. But here's the catch, it can be pretty complex and takes time. And my results are only as smart as my assumptions, garbage in, garbage out. And remember, it's a statistical tool, not a perfect answer machine. In the end, Monte Carlo simulation is my go-to way to explore thousands of financial what-ifs. It's not magic, but when I use it right, it's as close as finance gets to a crystal ball.